So here we go. What the heck's the date today? I don't even know. May 5th, I guess, or 6th. Anyway, where we're at now, we're getting ready to lay some concrete. This here is going to be the slab. We're doing half the building first. And that's why you got that form right there. This is going to be 7 inches thick. And then on the other side, they're still working on getting the plumbing and stuff like that. Those pipes are for drains that are going in, those cement pipes. Still got all kinds of heavy equipment over here. On the other side over there, they're still drilling piers. When you get a building this big and this tall and this heavy, a foundation doesn't work. So what you do is you drill big holes in the ground and fill them up with concrete and steel rebar, and that's what holds up the weight of these buildings. So it's coming along. That's yellow stuff right there. That's where the wall is going to be, and it's cut back like I mentioned in an earlier video so that there's room for them to work. And they're going to dig that out because since there's no quote-unquote foundation, it kind of sits on the dirt, but in between that yellow tape, that's where the pier goes. So the wall won't sink into the ground because these are very heavy walls. They'll be 90,000, 100,000 pound walls, sections of walls. And someone dug in the thing, in mud there. Here we have the fire protection. That's where the sprinkler system's coming up, that 8-inch pipe. Next with that blue one is the regular water for like bathrooms and stuff like that. These other piers are into the dirt. They'll have to be dug back. They just needed to have some room to put this beam for the foundation that forms. So once this is done, that'll get removed so that there's room. You can see where that yellow tape is. That way there'll be room to put up the wall. And then these tapes all the way across here is where we got these other piers poured, and that's where the wall will go. And then where that guy's standing in between there and those yellow things that are taped off the piers, that'll get all backfilled, and then there'll be another cement in the corner that goes to the wall from this poured slab. Now this, they had to dug it up to do plumbing, and it's kind of soft, so we'll have to get that retested to make sure it's got the correct amount of compaction before we get this thing poured. It's supposed to start pouring this, I guess, next week. And there they are drilling for those piers and lowering in the steel right ahead, as you can see there. In the end, that crane lowering the steel in. Then they got these big cement trucks coming to bring the cement in. Venus Construction over there, those guys are doing the utilities. They're digging up the street, they're hooking the sewer and gas lines and all that stuff. The water line and the fire hydrant line's already been filled in. It's on that side. Here in the front is where the offices are going to be. That's why you got all these pipes for the plumbing up here. Sewer, water, all that stuff's going to be right up here. Waste. The gas and the electric is going to be on that side right over there. And so these guys are working on that, getting this ready to go. Once this is done, this will have to get all leveled off again and compacted and prepared so that we can pour the concrete on this part. So this slab's actually going to go in 2 sections. That one will be first because that's had the plumbing work done already. And then this will be second. And so it's coming along. Our costs so far are probably about $2 million. No, not that much. Probably about $1.5 million. I've already paid over $1 million, but I'm thinking this month it'll be, I don't know, maybe another $1 million. And since it's close to the middle of the month, we're probably at about $2 million so far anyway in costs. And the street's all dug up there. When they hook in the water lines, the fire hydrants, we had to add new fire hydrants. Gas lines, had to take out the old water lines. That's that black mark you see right straight ahead on the street. And add new lines and sewer lines, water lines, gas lines, all that stuff's got to be tied in. So that's why you have to have all this utility work done. And that's why you get all these trenches happening. even though they just finished leveling this off and compacting it and getting it all ready to go, as soon as it's done, you tear it up again to add a bunch of pipes and stuff like that. It's kind of funny. I always used to remember watching in the street, and I always go, man, they just poured a new asphalt or new concrete in the street. Why are they tearing it up again already to put this stuff in? Well, it's because that's the way they do it. They get it in, they get it inspected, they get it compacted, and after that they got to tear it up to add in the new thing that they're doing. So anyway, so here we got all these vents happening. This is our fourplex over here. On the other side, we got the sixplex going in right there where they're adding in all those piers. Now, one of the difficulties we've had there is we struck water and sand. So they had to add, with that big crane right there, a big steel beam known as a core. And the core, which you can see straight ahead, the big tubular thing where the guys are working, that would go down to the ground, and you drill it out, and then you fill up with cement, and then you pull that core out, and that way it would hold the cement and the concrete everything together so you can get that pier done. And that's what that big crane is. This is costing considerable more money, but the front half of this building, they hit sand and water. What are you going to do? You have to have cores. You got to spend the extra money. When you're doing a building, make sure you always have extra money, because there's always going to be cost overruns. Doesn't matter who you are or what you say, stuff's going to happen like this that we weren't counting on, and bam, there goes an extra $100 grand. All right, guys.